next two kits that I'm going to put up for you are the Woodland Christmas tree kit and the Little Christmas tree kit. Now these are one of my two of sort of my favourite kits for Christmas. I just think that they are adorable. They kind of add some festive styling in your homes without being too sort of overbearing. You can just style them really sort of simply and sort of elegantly and subtly in your homes. But I also really feel that they make the most beautiful gifts. So we sent lots out as gifts last year. You know, we were writing kind of gift notes to your children and to teachers and to sort of, I think by the looks of it, quite a few sort of elderly parents who might not have a Christmas tree up in their homes. So yeah, I just feel like they're just quite a joyful little kit. So I'll show you how to put them together. They're super easy. So we have two little Christmas tree kits for November. We have the Woodland, which is this sort of more kind of dense spruce tree, and then the little kit, which is more of a kind of traditional kind of Nordic spruce kind of looking tree. And you will also obviously have your gravel, your compost, and your two different types of moss. So I'm going to quickly put them both in their pots so that you can see what they both look like. So we're just going to add in the gravel. So you just add the gravel that's in your kit in the brown paper bag. So just pour that in with your pot on its saucer. And then just add in, especially to the slightly larger one, the Woodland, just add in a handful of compost. With this one, I would probably just put a tiny sprinkling, just so that those roots are getting a little bit of the new kind of nutritious new compost. And then after giving your trees a water, you can just remove them from their pot and simply place them in the terracotta pots. And then you just simply add in your compost all the way around the gap between the plant and the pot, making an absolute mess, but I'm sure you can do this in a much more orderly and tidy fashion, but that's just not my vibe. So there we go, I like to make a mess. So that's the Woodland one potted up. Beautiful. And then just adding in a bit less actually for the smaller one, kind of fills the pot. You can give it a jiggle and that makes the compost go down a little bit easier. Okay. Okay, so those are looking adorable. And then we can add in the moss on top. So you have two different types of moss. You'll have your woodland, you'll have your flat moss, which is more of a kind of woodland looking moss that goes on top of the compost, and then you will have your sphagnum moss, which is a kind of more two-tone brown, green, sort of beigey kind of moss, and it just adds a lovely kind of contrasting texture. You will have more of the flat moss in your kit, which is more of the kind of greener one. The sphagnum one is just more just to add like another element to your kit. Okay, so I'm just literally putting in a tiny bit, just probably in 3 different places. Sometimes it's nice when it sort of overhangs of the pot. It's just to add a bit of contrast. In terms of looking after your sort of little Christmas trees, it's so simple. They just need to be kept damp, and that's about it. If you go away for a weekend or a few days and you don't water them, they will be absolutely fine. They are evergreens, and you can then pop them in your garden if you want to after the season has passed. But yeah, just keep them damp if you can, and that is honestly about it. Just keep them damp. That's as you know, as far as it goes. I'm sure if you didn't water it for 4 weeks, they would still be fine. You might lose some of the needles, but they'd still be fine. But yeah, just to give it this best shot, keep them damp, and that's about it. And enjoy giving or gifting these little trees, or receiving one and styling your home for Christmas.